Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be finding missing angle measurements in a diagram like this. So at the very top of the page, I have a small description of what this figure is. So we have these two parallel lines, which are the block lines here, and you can use little arrows, here. You can use little arrows like that on the lines to represent that. And they are being really kind of sliced by this blue line, and that slice is called a transversal. So because all this is happening, some really cool stuff takes place with the angles. So there were really only two angle measurements in this diagram that we really have to find. So what's really cool is you can also find them by just be given one of the angle measurements. So the angle measurement that was given to us today was angle 1, and it was 110 degrees. And they're asking us to find the other 7. Well, if we remember from my other 2 videos that I have on my channel that go over angle relationships, we can use that to our advantage to find the rest of the angle measurements. So let's talk about corresponding angles. Angles that are corresponding are in the same location on the parallel lines. So this angle 1 is in the top left corner, and if I look at the bottom piece of the diagram, angle 5 is also in the top left corner. So we could say angle 5 is also 110 degrees. Get out of there. Why are you doing this? There we go. And if we think of vertical angles that are up and down across from each other, they're also congruent. So if I look at angle 1 and I find its vertical angle, which is angle 3, that also has to be 110 degrees. So angle 3 is also 110 degrees. And if I look at the bottom, the vertical angle to angle 5 is angle 7. So angle 7 is also 110 degrees. So now we have to figure out the other 4 that are left, which are even numbers in this case. So we need to figure out what that other angle could possibly be. Well, if I look at angle 1 and angle 4, those are going to have to be supplementary angles because they form a 180-degree angle on that black line. So it is a straight angle. So if you took 180 and subtracted it from 110, you would get 70 degrees. And that's how big angle 4 is going to be. So 70 degrees. And angle 4's vertical angle is angle 2. So that also has to be 70 degrees. So if I think about corresponding angles, and I'm using angle 2 as my corresponding, I have to look at the bottom left angle of the picture at the bottom. So if I look at the 4 angles, 5 through 8, and I look at the bottom left of those angles, I see angle 6. So that has to be 70 degrees. And the last angle we have to find is angle 8. So the vertical angle for angle 6 is going to be angle 8, making them congruent. So that's also angle measurement 70 degrees. That should be a 70. There we go. So can these angle measurements be weirder numbers like 113 degrees, 12 degrees? Of course they can. I just picked simple numbers just to really get my point across and to make it a little bit easier since some of you are seeing this type of problem for the first time. So you could really have a few parallel lines going on here. Maybe you have another transversal. So there are problems that you are going to see in the future that there might be another transversal kind of going this way. And it changes a lot of the angle relationships. But in today's sake, we are just going to be going over the one transversal, just